This episode is sponsored by Jacquelyn Hower. Hello and welcome to Film Pro Productivity and Success, the podcast that helps film professionals and other creative people to live a more focused, effective and happy life. My name is Carter Ferguson and this is episode 79, 10 Ways to Motivate and Inspire Others, Part 1. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more and become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams, unquote. Today's topic was nominated by Pittsburgh-based listener at mstewart3462 via Twitter, and I'm very appreciative for the input. I've already released several episodes that cover motivation for yourself, and motivating others has some similarities, but there's quite a lot of information in this one, so I've split it over two shows. I can't go into the topic of motivating others, though, I feel, without first going into the subject of leadership. Jim Rohn says that the challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not bully. Be thoughtful, but not lazy. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humour, but without folly. And there's a growing body of evidence that suggests that the old traditional carrot versus stick approach to leadership will not work. Essentially, motivating someone with rewards can reduce intrinsic motivation, and motivating someone with the fear of punishment may provide short-term compliance, but can reduce creativity and enhance fear of failure. In an article for Forbes magazine, Kevin Cruz explains that leadership has nothing to do with seniority or one's position in the hierarchy of a company. Leadership doesn't automatically happen when you reach a certain pay grade. Leadership also has nothing to do with titles. You can be a leader in your place of worship, your neighbourhood, or in your family without having a title. Leadership has nothing to do with personal attributes. Those with charisma don't automatically lead. And leadership isn't management, because managers manage things. Leaders lead people. Cruz actually defines leadership as a process of social influence which maximises efforts of others towards achieving of a goal. Leadership, he says, stems from social influence, not authority or power, and essentially leadership is about maximising the effort of others. He also defines what it is not. It's not, hey everyone, let's line up and get to the top of that hill someday. But rather, hey, see that hill? Let's see how fast we can get to the top, and I'll buy the first round for anyone who can beat me up there. Of course, there are many styles to effective leadership too, but that lays out an honest definition of it, I think, pretty well. An article in AmericanExpress.com details the 7 most common leadership styles. Number 1 is the autocratic style. Autocratic just means a ruler who has absolute power and who takes no account of other people's wishes or opinions. This command and control approach is typical of leadership styles of the past, but it doesn't hold much water with today's talent. Number 2 is the authority style. Unlike autocratic leaders, authority leaders take the time to explain their thinking. They don't just issue orders. Most of all, they allow people the choice and latitude on how to achieve common goals. Number 3 is the pace-setting style. And do as I do is the phrase most indicative of leaders who utilise the pace-setting style. This style describes a very driven leader who sets the pace as in racing. Pace setters set the bar high and push their team members to run hard and fast to the finish line. Number 4 is the democratic style. Democratic leaders are more likely to ask, "What do you think?" They share information with their employees about anything that affects their work responsibilities. They also seek employees' opinions before approving a final decision. Number 5 is defined as the coaching style. The leader who uses a coach approach seeks to unlock people's potential. 6 is the affiliative style. Ultimately, this style is about encouraging harmony and forming collaborative relationships within teams. It's particularly useful, for example, in smoothing conflicts among team members and reassuring people during times of stress. Finally, we have number 7, the hands-off style. On the surface, a hands-off leader may appear to trust people to know what to do, but taken to the extreme, an uninvolved leader may end up appearing aloof. While it's beneficial to give people opportunities to spread their wings, with a total lack of direction, people may unwittingly drift in the wrong direction. This style might work in teams of highly experienced people, but not with others. I'll come back to these leadership styles in part 2, but for now let's look at 4 ways to inspire and motivate those that you lead. First, you should lead with vision. Those that work under you need to know that all of their efforts are driven towards something. They need to know that there's a destination in sight. That's where vision comes in. Shane Metcalf, VP of Customer Success at 15.5, reminds us why it's important not to skimp on vision. He says, without a compelling vision that inspires everyone to rise up and make it happen, you can try every engagement trick in the book and you will only have short-term boosts followed by crashes in morale. With vision at the helm, you can create an intrinsic aspiration that taps into the human desire to realize individual and collective greatness, unquote. And Sarah Pollock, Director of Marketing at Clear Company, breaks this down a little further. Without transparent goals that demonstrate to your people how their work contributes to company objectives, you will find it difficult to truly engage your workforce. It's been proven that when companies engage their top talent around a company mission, that their employees are 400% more effective, unquote. Number 2 on my list is to be motivated and inspired yourself. Enthusiasm is infectious, so if you want to inspire, you have to feel it first. By leading from the front, you can motivate the people around you effectively through your actions. Research suggests that motivation is contagious too, with people working harder when they are surrounded by like-minded individuals. This is why it's so important to surround yourself too with a good team. Number 3, focus on the why. Having a strong why behind your mission or your company's mission, whatever it is, will help you to motivate every action that your team takes. As Simon Sinek so famously pointed out in his awesome book, Find Your Why, the what and the how are easy for most companies to identify. It's the why that's hard, and that makes all the difference. Imagine this, and I've actually seen this play out on Twitter with filmmakers trying to get promotion, but a leader wants to get his or her team or his team members to share an important company announcement on social media, let's say. What approach do you think will be most effective? Approach number 1, please share this blog post on your Facebook page, it's really important. Or approach number 2, please share this blog post on your Facebook page. This announcement is a game changer for us, and the shares we get in the first few hours after the initial launch will have a significant impact on how many people we can reach overall. What approach do you think would work best? And I'll give you a hint. It's number 2. When you take the time to explain the reason behind your directions, you'll get much higher buy-in from those that you lead. To be motivated, people need to realise the impact of their day-to-day work and fully understand how it affects the business or the project as a whole. Finally, today, number 4 on the list, treat each person as an individual. People are motivated in different ways. There's no one-size-fits-all solution to motivation. You may have to help them clarify how the strategy relates to them and their role. The individuals that you're trying to motivate will have a range of different personalities and therefore multiple motivators. Understanding the people around you will allow you, as the motivator, to get the best out of each person in a range of different situations. And remember one of the principles from my two-parter on how to win friends and influence people, and take the time to learn the names of the people that you are working with. Calling your team by name will work wonders with your relationships. To finish this up today, I want you to remember that when you're working on motivating other people, it's definitely important to strengthen their sense of belonging. You're leading a little family, and when everyone is happy, they're motivated to achieve big things. In the next episode, I'll continue with the final 6 ways to motivate and inspire others. And if you like what you've heard here today, then please spread the word about the show, and don't forget to please leave a review if you've got the time on whatever app that you listen to this show on. Taking a leaf out of today's lesson, the reason I would like you to help with this is that I simply can't reach a wider audience without you. If you can get just 2 new people to listen and subscribe, then it would triple my listening numbers, and therefore this great advice would help 3 times the amount of people. Without you, I honestly struggle on my own to produce the content and market it broadly, so I could really use your help on this. I'll end today with the words of Peter Drucker, who said, "Management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things." Now take control of your own destiny, keep on shooting, and join me next time on Film Pro Productivity and Success. The music that you can hear right now is Adventures by Himitsu. You can view the show notes for this episode on the official website. Only, in fact, on the official website will you see the full transcript, and that's filmproproductivity.com. Oh, and I've lost time. I need to catch up. Follow my personal accounts on Twitter and Instagram at fight_director, or follow the show on Twitter at FilmProPodPod or on Facebook at FilmProProductivity. Please support the show by subscribing, spreading the word, and leaving an awesome review. Oh, now I'm ahead of it. This is what happens when I try to improvise.